rule over them.
So who rule over these badass little niggas?
And women rule over them.
You think Sexy Red came from a two-parent household?
Bring it out.
You think Cardi B came from a two-parent household? You think Meg Thee Stallion came from a two-parent household? No, and they're monsters because of it. King James was a king, right? So, hey sister, we talking about King James. We talking about the history of King James, right? So, King James, do you believe that King James took Hebrew and Greek scrolls and sat down somewhere and wrote the Bible? Is that what you believe?
I'm sure he had somebody do that for him. He was a king.
Right. So you saying that the man who wrote this had multiple wives? King James ain't write the Bible.
His version of the Bible.
Well, I'm gonna show you where the King James version. It's an authorized translation. When you hear King James version, don't give the credit to King James, right? So watch this, sir. We going over the King James version Bible. You gonna learn some history about King James. Watch this.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. King James Version.
Honorable what?
Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. King James Version. Several months after he ascended the throne of England,
So after he became king,
he authorized a new translation of the Bible.
so if I authorize something, I don't necessarily even have to be in the room. Hey, I'm gonna give you some of the history that's not written right here. Prior to the King James Version, you had different versions of the Bible, correct? But the most widespread one was written in, I believe, Latin, right? And it was read to the people by the popes and things like that. King James wanted to make it so that you could have your own personal. So he said, hey, these people could be lying on the book because they got ultimate power. They tell the people what's in the book. No, I want the brothers to have the book for themselves. So watch what he did.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day.
So it said 47 of the best. This wasn't niggas. This was educated men of color. Meaning that these brothers had to study. They traveled across the world. They had artifacts. Right. This was not no nigga stuff. Right. So you can understand. This was people who had sense inside their head. Right. And they was closer to that original language to be able to better interpret it than we are today. That's why the King James Version is so relevant. Read.
47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups.
They was divided. So the reason why you had to divide them is to make sure that you had authenticity. Because if I divide people and I read his version that's divided and his version that's divided, and they say the same things, I could conclude that they are correct. Right?
But every book is not in the King James.
I got you. We're going to deal with that part too.
3 for the Old Testament.
So there was 3 groups. Remember, he said he had 6 groups. Okay. 3 groups was for the Old Testament.
2 for the New.
2 for the News. Right?
And 1 for the Apocrypha.
And that's the books that you say is missing. So the missing books was in the original King James Version. Because the new King James Version that we have now takes it out after the Protestant church.
Why were they taken out?
They was taken out because it was too plain to show you that you are the children of Israel. Because listen. But here, listen, you're missing. But here's the thing. Look what your brothers came out here with. The King James Version. What it says in there. Right here.
The book of the Apocrypha.
There you go. So we still have it, brother. We still have it. The book that we're reading to you is the original one with all of the books, all 8 books. Right. The ones that we got it right here. Now, let's dive into it. Let's finish that off. Watch this.
Let me use this.
2 of the groups met at Oxford.
Hey, sister. So what we talking about is the King. Come here, real quick. We talking about the King James Version Bible, right? And what we talking about, sis, is if it's watch it. So I want to deal with the brothers anyway. The sisters was bugged out.
2 of the groups met at Oxford.
They met where?
At Oxford.
So they wasn't going to BCC. They went to and here's the crazy thing. I'm gonna give you some history about Oxford. Oxford was created when who was ruling? The Moors. Black scholars was ruling. In Europe. They created those prestigious colleges that's still over there to this day.
Right.
So it wasn't no nigga stuff. This was real deal stuff. No more, but you're missing the point. This was written in the time when they were still in power, because King James himself was a black man, or quote unquote Morena. But listen, the King James Version is still intact. You don't want to know how we know? Because they compared it to the Dead Sea Scrolls and they line up word for word, bar for bar. So Now we're gonna tell you what the Bible actually says now. Go to first. The reason why they call the Dead Sea Scrolls is not because that's the name of a book. They call it the Dead Sea Scrolls because they found the scrolls in the Dead Sea, and it had the books of Matthew, James, so on and so forth.
It should still be a book.
You're missing the point. You ain't understand what I said. It's called the Dead Sea Scrolls for what? There you go. So those books that was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls is in the Bible. Now watch this. Give me.
I would like to know if they're not later in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
They found Matthew, Mark, Luke, James, and John in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's why I say you didn't understand. Now we're gonna deal with Matthew chapter 19 about multiple wives. So now King James version is valid. Now we want to deal with multiple wives because with you dealing with the 4 women that you're dealing with now and your baby mamas, has your life prospered because of it? You always going up, probably sexually, but financially, are you suffering? All right. So you want child support? Is that a up or is that a positive or negative?
I'll be honest with you. Child support, right.
Okay, so but there's no way to flip it. It's a negative. So watch what the Bible says. Yeah, it's a negative.
Look at Matthew.
Hey, brothers and sisters, y'all married? That's your sister. Okay, good. So are you married, sir? Yeah. Good. Your sister? How old are you, sister? 37? 27. Okay. So watch this. We're dealing with marriage.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he was made them at the beginning, made them male and female?
So in the beginning, how many wives did Adam have? You one, right? So we're reading about the beginning of time.
Right.
We're going past Solomon,
right,
going past Abraham, we're going back to the OG, the original man, and he had one wife, Eve. Read.
And say, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
No, he's going to leave his mom and dad and cleave to his wives, plural.
To his wife.
How many wives did it say right there? One wife. Read.
And they twain.
How many?
Twain.
Twain means how many people? Two. Those 2, not 3, not 4, not 5,
shall be one flesh. Wherefore, there are no more twain.
There are no more 2 people,
but one flesh.
That's the way that God intended it from the beginning, from Genesis.
Right.
Now, over process of time, we started to do that, and that's the reason why we got broken homes now. Right. How can you think about it? A child, in order to develop and grow into somebody that's worth anything in this world, needs mommy and daddy. How are they going to thrive when they got daddy who got 6, 7 women, and daddy come around even though he cool? Daddy be over Miss Janet's house on Sunday. Daddy be over here. Daddy be over here. That's not going to work, brother. It's not going to work. There's no way you can. You saying that one scenario don't work? But watch this. Give me Isaiah chapter 3 verse 16. I'm gonna show you something. All right. Go ahead, sister. Tell me after this scripture. I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen to the children that's raised in those situations with mommy alone and mommy over there talking ish about daddy, because that's what happens. I don't know if y'all know that. Maybe y'all live in Chuck E. Cheese, but I live in the real world. I know, I've seen it. Now watch what the Bible says will happen when them sisters. Yeah, all right. Watch this, but it's not just about you, it's about our people.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors.
The Bible says that the children of Israel, their kids, our kids, the so-called blacks and Hispanic kids in school now, Chief Keef, Lil Uzi Vert, Young Boy, all these these thugged out children is really the kids that grew up without daddy. The Bible says that our children are our oppressors. Read.
And women rule over them.
So who rule over these badass little niggas?
And women rule over them.
Who you think Sexy Red came from a 2-parent household?
Bring it out.
You think Cardi B came from a 2-parent household? You think Meg Thee Stallion came from a 2-parent household? No, and they're monsters because of it. They're monsters. And it said the people rule over them are who?
And women rule over them.
Single mothers create these monsters that we see on the street. It's single. Listen to me carefully. I didn't say the truth. Remember, we talk. Let's listen to me carefully. We talk. Let's take ourselves out of it. Let's not make it about anyone. Because I was raised here too, and I'm not a monster. But the majority of our people who is monsters come from that. Yeah, you can't tell me that that's a lie. I've been married for 10 years, got 5 children by this woman. And I only learned how to do that because I got washed with the Holy Bible that you say is garbage.
Right.
All the men that sir, are you married?
Yep.
Sir, are you married? This young man ain't married, and guess what? He ain't having sex. That young man right there ain't married, and he ain't having sex. That man right there married, got a bunch of kids. That man married and got children. And all of them was able to do that, sir, by this Bible that you said is the white man's book. Because we hold on to it and we fuck with it. I don't understand what you're saying that it could have been tampered with. It's not tampered with because it turned somebody who used to be a father into a father.
Right. Oh my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err.
So when you have sex with these women and don't make them your wife, and they raise that child without you in that house, the woman gonna cause your kids to go the fuck off. And that's not, I'm not asking, I'm telling you. How can I tell you? Because I was the one. I was the child who was erring because I was growing up with only one parent in the house. You might be a good brother now, but you probably had some rough times growing up. Okay, so what your brother's saying ain't wrong. I'm telling you what's going to fix our community. It's not the knowledge about who the original man was. It's not about how many women we can have sex with. It's about us coming back to God's laws and becoming the gods that we're supposed to be.
Right.
Being married to one woman, taking care of our damn kids. Give me that in Psalm chapter 82. I'll show you what's going to be the problem right here. Yeah, we got a card and we would love it. We got a school where we would love to. Yeah. No, I know, and I can see that about you. You seem like a sincere brother. The reason why I'm speaking like this is because I understand where you at because I was there. I was there. I'm telling you straight. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was where he is. I made it my business. I would say, how many women can I sleep with in a day? That was my goal. Every day I'm trying to sleep with another one. Until guess what? One day I hit so many, and I said, damn, at the end of the day, I sat back, I was in my room, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna have sex with all these women. And now I'm sitting here, $1 shorter, and not further than anybody. Read that.
Book of Psalms, chapter 82, and verse 6.
Start at verse 5.
Verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand.
So we don't know. Because without the Bible, we don't know. We don't understand anything in this world. We going off our own emotions. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
We walk in darkness.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Everything in this world is out of course right now. The reason why everything out of course right now is because you're not ruling no more. Now you out here concerned about vagina. Your mind in the hairy bank. That's where the only place for your mind at, in vagina. So now the whole world is out of course because your enemy, the so-called white man, done pushed this filth throughout the whole earth. Now our kids is homosexual because you ain't the God no more. Now they the gods. Now our children growing up without father because you're not the God no more. They gods. Now our God is damn vagina. So the Bible said the whole world is out of course under this goddamn filth because the true gods of the earth is sleeping with women. Read.
I have said, ye are God.
God said we are gods. Oh, brother.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
We are the children of the Most High. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, so on and so forth.
But ye shall die like men.
But you gonna die. Gods ain't supposed to die. But the reason we gonna die is because we think with our penis. The reason why we gonna die, bro, is because we don't want to hearken to what God said and we want to do our own thing. We want to live inside of here instead of live inside God's holy Bible.
Get out.
We focused on the wrong things. I'm telling you, the path that you're going on, you may have been on this path for years, it's been up. But I'm telling you, one day it's gonna come down. One day you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, man, I wish my children would have the respect for me because I wanted to be here. And I couldn't because I made the mistake. That's gonna hit you one day. Read.
The book of 1 Ezra, chapter 4, verse 26.
Come back up after that.
Yea, many there be that run out of their wits for women.
Many people have done what?
Run out of their wits for women.
You heard the Bible say many men ran out of their wits for women. You know what that means? They made their whole life revolve around vagina and they lost their whole mind. Now they're nowhere because of greed.
And become servants for their sake.
And they become servants to vagina. What does that look like? I'm up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock buying something because I'm trying to get a piece of vagina. You become a servant to the damn vagina. When guess what? The woman was made to serve you.
Right.
The woman was made to serve you. Why is that not happening now? You want to know why? Because brothers are not having sex before women. They can't respect, a woman can't respect that. Go ahead.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation